support people. This is Masood. Today I'll show you how to configure a Cisco 3602i autonomous or standalone access point using GUI interface. Basically, this is my channel, IT support people. In my previous videos, one is connect Cisco router and switch to ISP home router and access internet. In this video I got a lot of appreciation from the viewers, and people requested me making more video on access point and firewall. Here is Iron Man. He said, hi, could you configure access point? Thanks. And I replied that I'll make video on firewall and access point as well. In my other video configuring VLAN and allow VLAN to access internet, in this video you can see that Hassan Khan, he said, one of the best video for the beginners. Can you make another video for AP and firewall please? And yeah, a lot of appreciation. And yeah, another people, Anthony Louis, he said, let's add a firewall and AP, so which inspired me to make this video. This time in this video I'll show you how to configure Cisco Internet access point with the GUI interface. But in my next video I'll show how to configure Cisco Internet autonomous or standalone access point with the CLI command. And I'll make another video in future how to convert lightweight Cisco access point to autonomous access point. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will be notified about all the latest video which I'll create in future. Let's get started. First of all, I will show you the network topology for this network. Here you can see this is my Cisco 2800 series router, and this is my layer 3 Cisco switch, and this one is Cisco Internet 3602i autonomous or standalone access point. And this one is my laptop, and another one is desktop PC. Basically for this video I'll focus on this portion, how to configure Cisco access point, a standalone access point with the GUI interface. And I'll briefly discuss this portion, how to configure the Cisco router and the IP address details, because I have done an YouTube video how to configure. This is my YouTube channel, IT support people. Here is a video how to configure Cisco router and how to access internet through Cisco router. So I'm just giving a brief overview. You can see the gigabit 0/0 port of the Cisco router is connected to the ISP network, and the gigabit 0/1 port is connected to the fast Ethernet port of the switch. And I have created a DHCP pool in the Cisco router where the network is 192.168.2.0 and subnet mask is /24, and the default router IP address is 192.168.2.1. Basically we haven't done anything with the switch. This is a layer 3 switch, that's why all the ports belongs to VLAN 1. And the Cisco access point is connected to the fast Ethernet 0/5 port of the switch, and other end is connected to the Ethernet port of the Cisco access point. Actually the Cisco access point is getting IP from the DHCP pool which was created in the Cisco router. That's why I wrote here 192.168.2.0/24, where the default gateway is the default gateway of the Cisco router. So for this Cisco access point, the default gateway would be 192.168.2.1, the default gateway of the Cisco router. Next, I will show you how to configure the Cisco access point with the GUI interface. Once all the configuration is done, then we will connect my laptop and desktop PC to the radio wireless interface, and finally we'll check the connectivity by using internet. So let's go to the next step. Now I will show you the physical connection of this network. Here you can see that this is my Cisco 2800 series router, and this one is my Cisco Catalyst 356024 port PoE switch. This one is my switch, and here you can see that the connection in the fast Ethernet 0/1 port is coming from the gigabit 0/1 port of this Cisco router. And I connected my PC, my laptop, to the fast Ethernet 0/3 port of the switch, which is connected to this laptop to access the GUI interface of the Cisco access point. And here you can see the fast Ethernet 0/5. This port goes to the this is the front side of my Cisco access point, and you can see the back side here. You can see the connection is goes to the Ethernet port of this access point, and this one is the console port. And here you can see a black button. This is a mode button. which is used to reset the access point. And here is my laptop, and this one is my desktop PC. One thing I want to mention here, that you can see there is no power cable in the access point, because it's connected to the PoE switch. This one is a PoE switch, so it's getting power through the Ethernet cable. If your switch is not a PoE switch, then you should have a PoE injector. Now I will connect the console cable to the router and quickly check the IP from the router. I just connecting the console cable to the router. I just connected the console cable to the router console port. Now I'll open PuTTY. Before doing that, I'll check the COM port number. So just type device manager and go to device manager, then go to port, COM port. Here you can see the COM port 9. So double click PuTTY, make sure the serial is selected. So I'll change it to COM port 9 and open, press enter. We successfully entered the access the router. We go to privilege mode and quickly show the IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. You can see the gigabit Ethernet port 0/1. The IP is 192.168.2.1 according to the topology. And we'll check the configuration, running configuration. Show running config. Here you can see the DHCP pool, which is created in the Cisco router, and the network is 192.168.2.0. This is the subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and the default router is the 192.168.2.1. And this is the DNS server. This is the Google DNS server, because I don't have any DNS server. As I said, this laptop is also connected to the switch for accessing the GUI interface, web interface. So if we go to the Ethernet port through Ethernet cable, so double click here and you can check the IP address, IPv4, which is getting IP from the DHCP as well. We can check it different way. Just type cmd, it's already there, and type ipconfig. Here you can see the Ethernet IPv4 address is 2.7 and the default gateway is 2.1. Now I will take out the console cable from the Cisco router and put the console cable to the access point. Yes. As I just changed the console cable from router to Cisco access point, if I press enter, you can see the console, it is consoling the access point. So if you go to privilege mode, enable, and the password is Cisco, C is capital, CISCO, Cisco. Yeah, we access the Cisco access point. Actually, I have divided the whole process into two parts. The part one is accessing the GUI web interface of the Cisco access point. So the first step is console the access point with PuTTY. So we already console it with the password Cisco. The next step is to reset the access point to the factory default setting. So before doing the reset, I quickly check the version. So of the access point, show version. You can see the version. Yeah, here's the model number, and this is the software iOS software version, AP3G2K9W7. W7 means it's autonomous or standalone. If it is W8, then it would be a lightweight version. So next I'll check the flash drive. So these are the files stored in the flash drive. So now I will show you how to reset the access point with mode button. It is recommended by Cisco to reset the access point before doing any configuration. Now I will show you how to reset the Cisco access point with the mode button. Here you can see a black button here. This one is the mode button. Here is written mode. The down here, this is the mode button. So to reset the Cisco access point, you have to press the mode button. I just press the mode button with my left thumb, and you have to take out the Ethernet cable. I just take out the Ethernet cable. You have to press the mode button and just take out the Ethernet cable. So release the mode button. Then now again press the mode button. Yeah, I press the mode button, and you have to put back the Ethernet cable again. Yeah, yeah, you can see in the light is flashing green. So still I'm pressing the mode button. So I have to hold the mode button until the light changes to amber. So you can see, yeah, the light changed to amber. I release the mode button. Now it's resetting the access point. So you can see. Yeah, you can see it already been reset. You can check the host name has already been changed before the reset. You can see the host name was AP1, so now the host name has changed. So we go to enable mode, the password is Cisco default, Cisco capital C. So just enter the enable mode. If you check the steps, the next steps to check the IP status and put a static IP to BVI1 interface. So go to party and go to enable mode, enable password Cisco capital C, and let's check the IP interface brief. Show IP interface brief. You can see that BVI interface is taking IP from the DHCP, that is 192.168.2.3. So we'll put the same IP statically. So we have to go to global configuration mode, configuration terminal, go to interface BVI1. So we'll put the same IP address 192.168.2.3. the subnet mask same with the network 255.255.255.0. then no shutdown, exit, again exit, show IP interface brief. You can see the same IP, but this time the method is manual. Before it was DHCP. Now we have to go to the next step, go to the web browser and type HTTP and the IP address of the BVI interface. So we know that the BVI1 interface is 192.168.2.3. So now we'll go to the browser and type HTTP 192.168.2.3. It will ask username and password. Leave the username blank and the password Cisco capital C, CISC or Cisco. Yes, yeah, we successfully log into the Cisco ARNet 3600 series access point GUI web interface. Now I will go to the part 2 section. Here I'll show the configuration of ARNet access point with the WPAv2 authentication in GUI mode. So first step is I have to go to easy setup, and under network configuration I have to edit AP hostname, static IP, subnet mask, default gateway. Let's do this. So this is the GUI interface. So first I have to go to easy setup and network configuration. Here you can see the hostname AP1. We can leave the hostname AP1 or we can edit it. So we can edit AP new underscore new and the IP should be a static IP. The IP address is alright, 192.168.2.3. subnet mask is okay, 255.255.255.0, but the default gateway should be 192.168.2.1. the default gateway we checked before in the Cisco router. And I'll leave everything as it is, and if you want you can create a user, you can give username, password, but I'll I leave it blank, and everything is default. The SNMP community, I haven't done any SNMP, so it is default community, means it's disable. So everything I'll leave as it is, and just press apply and press OK. Okay, then yeah, it's been changed. The hostname is AP new, and the next step is under radio configuration. We have to create a SSID, and we'll name the SSID LAN new under the radio interface 2.4 gigahertz, and we'll select the broadcast SSID in beacon. So let's do this. We are in easy setup. So now we'll go to radio configuration. So here radio 2.4 gigahertz. We'll configure 2.4 gigahertz. We can do 5 gigahertz later. So we'll name it WLAN underscore new, and we'll select the broadcast SSID in beacon. It will broadcast the SSID, and the VLAN, no VLAN, and one change here, universal admin mode, it should be disabled because it's a autonomous or standalone access point. A standalone access point doesn't support universal admin mode, because if you enable universal admin mode, the access point should be lightweight, controller based lightweight, which needs universal priming. So this time our access point is standalone. It doesn't support priming, so the universal admin mode should be disabled, and everything I'll leave as it is. This time no security. The role radio network should be access point, no change. So I'll leave it as it is, and click apply. Okay. So now we'll check the SSID which we just created. So go to security and click SSID manager. Here you can see a current SSID WLAN new. So okay, the SSID is already been created. So if we go to the next step, apply encryption method to AES CCMP. So basically to apply the WPAv2 authenticated key, we have to apply a encryption. So we'll apply AES CCMP encryption. So we have to go to the security. Yeah, we are already in security. To go to encryption manager, and we have to select cipher, and we have to, from the drop down, we have to select AES CCMP, and everything I'll leave as it is. I'll leave it default. So I'll click apply to all, press OK. Yes, it's now selected to cipher, and the encryption mode is AES CCMP. If you go to the process, the next process is enable WPAv2 and apply WPA pre-shared key to SSID. To do this, I have to go to security and then go to SSID manager. Then I have to select the SSID name WLAN new. So only the radio interface 2.4 gigahertz is selected, but we haven't because we didn't select 5 gigahertz. That's all right, we can select it, but I'll leave it. I'll only select 2.4 gigahertz, and everything. This one, client authentication settings as default. In the client authenticated key management, we have to select mandatory option. Then we have to enable WPA and select WPAv2, and then we have to give a WPA pre-shared key, the password. I'll give the password capital Cisco 123, capital C Cisco, capital C 123, CIS Cisco 123, and I'll leave everything as it was by default. So yes, yeah, I'll click apply here because I haven't done any change below this portion. So press OK. Okay, it's already been applied. If we select and cross check, you can see the client authentication key management is mandatory, and it's WPAv2. Okay, so the next step is enable wireless radio interface. 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. So we are working on 2.4 gigahertz. So let's do this. To enable the wireless interface, we have to go to network, and the network interface, you can see the network interface here. The radio interface 2.4 gigahertz is down now currently, so we can click here or we can go through here. So I just click 2.4 gigahertz radio interface, so you can see that that's disabled down. So we have to go to setting, we have to enable the interface, just enable, and I will leave everything default as it is. Just apply. Okay, yeah, it's showing that it's enabled, but we have to check here. Here it is still disabled, so we'll refresh it. Yeah, now it's showing enable. So as soon as you enable the interface, radio interface, it should be appeared in the internet option, wireless network option. So let's check it. Yes, if we go to Wi-Fi internet connection, the SSID WLAN new should appear in the Wi-Fi. Let me check. Yes, we can see the WLAN new. We just try to connect it. So press connect. Yeah, it's asking the password, the security key. So we type the password Cisco 123. Yes, click next. Yes, now it's connecting. Now it's connected. We can check that the WLAN new is connected. If we go to the properties, WLAN new, you can see the SSID WLAN new and the protocol Wi-Fi, the security type WPAv2 version 2, and the radio band 2.4 gigahertz. The IP address is taking IP from the DHCP 192.168.2.4. So now the next step is save the configuration. So if we go to web interface, we can save the configuration. So we press save the configuration, press OK, again OK. So now the configuration is saved in the flash drive. So yeah, the configuration is done. Now we will check the connectivity and we'll browse internet. So if we go to the internet setting, we can see the Ethernet connection is already connected, so we'll disable the Ethernet connection. So to do that, you can right click here, open network sharing center, go to network sharing center, adapter setting. So yeah, you can see the Wi-Fi WLAN new is connected, so we'll disable the Ethernet connection. We'll disable the Ethernet connection. Yeah, now only the WLAN new is connected, so we'll browse internet. So we'll go to YouTube, type IT support people,